Hi friends, இந்த வீடியோவில் ugtrb யூனிட் 9 MCQs நம்ம பார்த்தலாம். Second topic, the contribution of Horace to the development of literary criticism. First question, what is the contribution of literary criticism? To broaden a reader's understanding of an author's work by summarizing, interpreting and exploring its value. Second question, who was Horace? Quintus Horatius Flaccus, 65 BCE to 8 BCE, more commonly known as Horace, Roman poet, best known for his satires and his lyric odes. Third question, what is the function of Horace in classical literary theory? For Horace, neither literary creation nor literary criticism exist in a vacuum. The poet has duty to his art but also a responsibility to society. Fourth question, work of Horace. His work include 2 books of satires, 4 books of odes and 3 books of epistles, the last of which is called Ars Poetica, Art of Poetry. These books can be divided into 3 divisions: poesis, subject matter; poema, form; poeta, poet. Fifth question, who regarded as the world's first autobiographer? Horace. Sixth question, what is Horace's style of writing? Detailed self-portraits in genres such as epodes, satires and epistles and lyrics. Seventh question, Horace has encouraged each reader to feel that he or she is one of the poet's circle, a friend in whom he confides. Eighth question, what is the theme of Horace? The most frequent theme of his odes and verse epistle are love, friendship, philosophy and the art of poetry. Ninth question, what is Horace's concept of decorum? Decorum means what is fitting or proper, and it must be embraced if a poet is to produce a work of lasting value that will strengthen and ennoble rather than weaken and scandalize its audience. 10th question, Horace's observation on poetry. In Ars Poetica, Horace talk about nature, function, subject matters, kinds, language and relative importance of nature and art. Horace nowhere calls poetry as a process of imitation like Plato and Aristotle, but he remarks implies the same meaning. 12th question, Horace has given 2 observations on the subject matter. He says, let your theme be what it may, it should be simple and uniform, and choose a theme suited to your powers or authors, and ponder long what weight your shoulders refuse to bear, what they can support. 13th question, following Aristotle, Horace also emphasizes the right choice of words and higher effective arrangement in composition. 14th question, Horace studies drama broadly under 3 heads: plot, characterization and style. 15th question, Horace also crafted elegant hexameter verses, satires and epistle and caustic epodes. 14th question, Horace feels that great artists should be naturally gifted. 17th question, the Ars Poetica has exercised a great influence in later ages on European literature, notably on French drama. 18th question, What are the two schools of writing in Horace days? The Old Latin, the modern Alexandrian. 19th question. Like Plato, Horace sees nature as the primary source of poetry, but he argues that thus poets should imitate other authors as well as imitating nature. First, epic, king, warrior, god, dactylic hexameter. Second, elegy, mournful, elegic measure. Third, lyric, songs, lyrical measure. Fourth, tragedy, comedy and satirical verse, iambic meter. 21. Horace criticism follows das Greek model in general and Aristotle in particular. 22. What are the 7 types of literary criticism? First, traditional criticism, sociological criticism, new criticism, reader response criticism, feminist criticism, Marxist criticism, media criticism. 23rd. What are the two functions of literary criticism? Interpretation and judgment. 24. What are the methods of literary criticism? Comparison, analyze, evolution and interpretation. 25th question. Ars Poetica by Horace is dash humorous engaging verse that teach the venerable poet how to write good stories and develop meaningful art. Quintilian period dash 35 AD to 95 AD. Second question. What is Quintilian theory? Knowledge was not inherent and could only be acquired through proper education. Third question. Quintilian believed that dash the proper training one must undertake to possess knowledge is art of oratory. Fourth question. What are the writings of Quintilian? Instituto Oratoria. The only extract work of Quintilian is a 12-volume textbook on rhetoric entitled Instituto Oratoria, generally referred to in English as Institutes of Oratory. Fifth question. When was Institutio Oratoria written? Around 95 AD. Sixth question. Who was Quintilian? Marcus Fabius Quintilianus, Roman educator and rhetorician. In English translation, he is usually referred to as Quintilian. Seventh question. Institutio Oratoria, Institutes of Oratory. This extensive work covers various aspects of rhetoric, including literary criticism. While not an essay in the modern sense, it is a comprehensive treatise that includes Quintilian's thought on evaluating and analyzing literature. Eighth question. Quintilian argued that a true orator should be dash well versed in literature and techniques used by poets and writers. Ninth question. Quintilian emphasized the dash concept of imitation, which had a significant influence on ancient Roman literary theory. 10th question. Quintilian believed that aspiring writers should study of renowned authors such as dash Homer and Virgil to learn from their exemplary use of language, style and themes. 11th question. He saw poetry and rhetoric as tools for dash shaping the character and values of the reader or listener. 12th question. Quintilian theory or reference to memorization, reading and writing as the dash primary exercise of the child in developing his self as a perfect orator. 13th question. Quintilian also talks of das educated woman in Rome. 14th question. In Institutio Oratoria, he discusses various literary genres including das epic poetry, tragedy, comedy, and history. 15th question. Quintilian acknowledged that literary criticism required das subjective judgment and taste. First question. Longinus' full name. Cassius Longinus. Second question. Who was Longinus? Greek rhetorician and philosophical critic, born Homs, Syria, died 273 AD, Homs, Syria. Third question. Longinus' literary movement as Platonism. Fourth question. Longinus' books on the sublime, due sublime, sublime, on great writing, Om Erhabinan. Fifth question. Who is first romantic critic? Longinus. Sixth question. Why Scott James called Longinus the first romantic critic? Because of his insistence on passion, ecstasy, transport, imagination, intensity, and exaltation. Seventh question. On the sublime. It is a Roman era Greek work of literary criticism dated to 1st century. Its author is unknown but is conventionally referred to as Longinus. Fifth question. Cassius Longinus was a disciple of Das, Plotinus, and considered the most distinguished scholar of his day. Ninth question. What is the false sublime according to Longinus? Bombastic use of language. 10th question. What is sublime in literature by Longinus? Excellence in language. 11th question. His On the Sublime is an das immortal critical document of great worth and significance. It deals with the principle of sublimity in the world of writing. 12th question. Longinus made use of both das historical and comparative method in literary criticism. 13th question. On the Sublime is both a treatise on aesthetic and a das work of literary criticism. 14th question. According to Longinus, too much luxury and wealth lead to a decay in what? Answer. Eloquence. 15th question. What are the sources of sublime? Inborn sources and accurable sources. 16th question. What is sublime according to Longinus? Longinus defines sublimity, Greek hypsis, in literature as the echo of greatness of spirit. 17th question. What are the 5 sources of sublime according to Longinus? Great thought, strong emotion, certain figures of thought and speech, noble diction, and dignified word arrangement. 18th question. How many sources of sublime does Longinus mention relate to author or the poem? 5. 19th question. Whose works were read by Longinus in his study of philosophy? Plato's. 20. The startling and amazing is more powerful than the charming and persuasive is a quotation from On the Sublime by Das Longinus. 21. Which is the other name of On the Sublime? Second Poetics. 22. Who wrote the quote? Great qualities need the bridle as well as the spur. Longinus. 23. Dash should not only be distinct and excellent in composition but also move the readers along with effect of pleasure and persuasion. Sublime. 24. The fifth and last source of sublime is dignified and elevated arrangement of dash for the grandeur of composition. The diction. 25. According to Longinus, sublimity is dash of the soul through the reconciliation of poetic inspiration and rhetorical mastery of the writers. Aesthetic upliftment. First question. Who was Dante? Dante Alighieri, often referred to simply as Dante, Italian poet, philosopher and political thinker of late Middle Ages. He is best known for his epic poem The Divine Comedy. Second question. Dante was deeply influenced by dash the works of ancient Roman writers, especially Virgil and Cicero, as well as troubadour poetry of the time. Third question. Divine Comedy attains the heights of dash the Iliad and the Aeneid. Fourth question. Dante's De Vulgari Eloquio indicates dash. It is play for writing in the vernacular or native tongue. Fifth question. Dante holds the first place in the history of criticism for his dash advocacy of the native language for literary purpose. Sixth question. What does De Vulgari Eloquentia mean? On eloquence in the vernacular. Seventh question. Why did Dante write in vernacular? In order to reach a local audience. Eighth question. Who was the first writer to write in the vernacular? Dante Alighieri. Ninth question. De Vulgari Eloquentia, the title of Latin essay by Dante. Ninth question. De Vulgari Eloquentia, the title of Latin essay by Dante, although meant to consist of 4 books. It abruptly terminates in the middle of second book. 10th question. First book discusses the relationship between dash Latin and vernacular language and search for an illustrious vernacular in Italian area. 11th question. Second book is an dash analysis of the structure of the canto or song. 12th question. Canto song, which is a literary genre developed in the Sicilian school of poetry. Thank you for watching friends. இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருந்துச்சுன்னா ப்ளீஸ் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்கள், லைக் பண்ணுங்கள், ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள். பை.